You pull yours out. So when's the next call? When's the next call?
When's the next what? I'm trying. I might do one Thursday. Y'all come over there. Y'all come on in. You know what it is. Forget what you heard. Pay attention to what you are hearing. Forget what you heard. It's time to pay attention to what you are hearing, because you have to hear the word of God and not read it. So y'all come on in, y'all share the shelf. If you was here, man, brother, man, I might pass it to you. But you ain't here, so you got to get your own. So, y'all come on in and share the live, y'all. Like I said, we're going to beat them in the head with this title. We're going to beat them in the head with this title, y'all. We ain't letting this title go. Matter of fact, that's what they do on TikTok anyway. They keep the same title. So, this title speaks a lot, y'all. It's very important for our unification. It's also a topic that's going to destroy Babylon. It's a topic that's going to remove confusion. You know, it's a topic that's going to bring clarity. You know, it's going to bring the why. You know, it's going to bring the how we know who's telling the truth. See, this is like $1 million question. How do we know you telling the truth? Well, we first got to start with this right here. This is the first step to how you know if he telling the truth. First step. So if you take this first step, you will be able to find the truth. Now, if you don't take this first step, it's going to be hard for you. It's going to be hard for you, y'all. So I'm just black to sleep. But I was built for it, so I'm equipped. So there's no complaining. It's just what? Let's do the job. So right now, y'all, again, y'all, this title, man, is y'all head. After this title, the church is finna shut down. And people don't, you gotta look at it from a higher level. Churches wouldn't be bad if they was really there for the community. Let's get this straight. If churches was there for the community, they wouldn't be bad. But they in the community spread lies. That's bad. If you had a church for every community that collected money, but they in the community spread lies, that's bad. If you had a church for every community that collected money, lie is finna be shut up, y'all. You know, so right now, y'all, like I say, man, share this live, y'all, so you can get your favorite teacher in here and see, can he stand up in front of this truth? Who is able to stand in front of this truth? Who is able to stand up in front of this truth? Who is able? Only what? The virgins. Only those who didn't defile themselves with the whore, Babylon. See, it's a lot of people defile themselves with the whore, and now what? They can't receive God. They're not pure enough. They too defiled. So they can't, and a lot of people understand the truth is pure. That's why the truth was for babes. Y'all know the old saying, say, God watch over fools and kids. Well, if you can admit you have been fooled, because I'm not trying to belittle you and just call you dumb, but if you can admit you have been fooled, this is why you're a fool, because you've been lied to. If you can admit that, God will look after you. If you come to God as a child, God will look after you. But if you come to God puffed up, like you know what God gonna do to you. All right, you fill in the blank. Fill in the blank. You know, so again, y'all, I can't say it enough. This title is also gonna shut down your TikTok teachers. You know, and this is stuff, y'all, I've been saying, we've been saying, you know, but sometimes it's not always what you say, it's how you say it and how you put it. How you say things and how you put things is very, very important. You know, it's very, very important. And when you're able to put it the right way and say it the right way, oh man, that's when trouble comes. That's when it's real big trouble, you know. And like I say, you know, the truth was gonna be a fire that can't be put out. So it's almost like when you can say it the right way and put it the right way, that's when the fire get hotter. That's an example. Like fire can be burned, but it might not be that hot. But the more and more branches you throw on there, it get hotter, it get hotter, it get hotter. Till it become the hottest. It's not just hot no more, it's the hottest. So right now, this is the time where stuff is being said in the simplest, in the more, like, and what? And it's said the 100% correct way. You know, and it's finna burn down all the lies. It's finna burn down all the lies, y'all. Because like I said right now, if nobody can teach the Bible, that's deep, y'all. I don't know about, that's deep. Bro. That's deep, y'all. Nobody can teach the Bible. You know, do we really, have we really just sat back and, hold up, what he said? That's why some people come up and be like, what you mean by that? They know what I mean. When somebody come up and say, what you mean by that? They know what I mean. But it's shocking to them because they teaching a book. See, that's what we don't have to understand. If every man a liar, then when Christ come back to tell the truth, every man will be confounded of what all those who say they have the truth will be confounded. Now, if you didn't say you had the truth, you're not being confounded when the truth is spoken. But some people get nervous and scared and they run back to their house and they start protecting their houses like their religion. You see what I'm saying? See, a lot of people are only fighting for their religion. They don't even give a damn about the truth. I say I'm a Christian, I stand on that, and you can't tell me Christianity is wrong. What about the truth? Did any other prophets say they was a Christian? So when it comes to, you know, the idol worship, y'all, the idol worship is deep. The idol worship is very, very deep when it comes to, and this is why I know, like I said, I know even when I first heard these things, you know, you hear it, it don't really resonate because you ain't really got no images. Well, the truth gonna give you the correct images. The lies gave you the false images to the words. So idol worship is Christianity, Muslim, Jesus, the Bible, churches, pastors. These are idols. That's why I say American Idol. And see, they use these things, you know, I guess at this time to throw them in your face. Well, I can't even say because they don't even talk about idols in the New Testament. I don't really think it used idols like that. So that's really Old Testament talk. But Again, American Idol. Somebody you what? Idolize. That's an idol. People idolize the Bible. People idolize their religion. People idolize their pastors. But you don't supposed to have none of these things. Because you're supposed to idolize Christ. You know, but not a Christ that you read about. And when you idolize Christ, you're able to hear the words that come from his mouth. You don't idolize him by what? Kissing his feet. You don't idolize him by saying you know him and you don't. You idolize Christ. That's why you listen to his words. So idolize is a form of looking up to something. So even when you idolize your parents, what do? You listen to what they say. You observe what they do. Same thing with rappers. When you idolize rappers, you listen to what they say and you observe what they do. Well, this is what you're supposed to do to God's creation. This is what you're supposed to do to God's creation. God's new creation is Christ. The world is already here. So if we got to be born again, being born is a creation. But a lot of people don't attach being born again in the Bible to God's creation. Because why? We don't know. We don't know. So the whole being born again, y'all, that's God's creation because that's the Spirit rebirthing a generation of people, a birth of a nation, which will be God's creation. God's new heaven and new earth. That's the creation story. And that's happening now. So if you want to come up, come up. That's what the button's for. Hit the button, you can get up here. That's what real men do anyway. Real men able to talk it out. You know. The new heaven is a mind frame. The new earth is your body. That's why your body is part of the earth. But with a new mind, you get a new body. You are so lost. Yeah, if I look lost to you then, brother, man, I think I'm happy being lost in your eyes. But just like in your eyes, I'm lost, in my eyes, I'm found. So, whose opinion is correct? You know? So, bro, opinions don't matter. That's why I'm up here with the facts. And if anybody else can bring some facts, hey, come up. Bring the facts. Show the world that I'm lying about Christ. So, that's what I'm up here for, y'all. But just remember, the truth don't lose. The truth never lost. When you come in, make sure you share the live, y'all. Again, if you do want to come up, hit the button. We here. The only Savior is God, no one else. As he said in the book of Isaiah. You are absolutely correct. But why you are correct? Because Christ is God's creation. Christ is not man creation. Christ is not a person that read a book and make himself Christ. Christ is God's creation. So when Christ does these things, what name does Christ does these things under? Not religion, not scriptures, not organizations, not prophets, but in the name of the Father. That's why it says glorify me so you can glorify the Father. This is why everything is of Christ. This is God. This is the work of God's hands. This is God's picture. So God does, but ain't nobody waiting on God to do it. We trying to do it ourselves. This is why this title up here. But this why this title up here, because so you are correct. God have to save us. The people in Egypt didn't save themselves, God did. But God have tools, and we are the tools. We are the battle axes for God. So that's why I say, you know, these things you have to understand. That's the best way I can say. You have to understand. It's best to come up and ask your questions. You know, ask some questions in the comments. I really, you know, some I might skim over, but I really don't really deal with the comments, y'all. I don't, you know. So if you really got questions, you got to come up and you'll receive some answers. And that's how I roll. But so right now, people didn't wait on God. People lean to their imaginations. People have followed man. And what? We have got nowhere. So to wait on God is to wait on for the fulfillment. Now, we don't supposed to wait and go learn a lie. Like, we don't supposed to do that. We supposed to just wait and be righteous. But since we are waiting and going to be taught a lie, everybody that's going to the church is waiting on Christ, yeah? What the hell? Why are you going to church? Have we ever thought about that? Why I'm going to church and I'm waiting on Christ? Shouldn't Christ be at the church I'm going to? But psychological, you look at your pastor as Christ because that's where you get your teachings from. You look at your high priest as Christ because that's who anointed you. But when did it say man can anoint us? Well, I ain't gonna because y'all already know. What's up, brother, man? Peace, peace. If you turn your camera on, I'll leave you on the big screen. If not, I'm gonna put you on the small screen. And
how you turn the camera on?
I just sent you an invite. Just press save.
I just press save.
It should be turning on.
Press save again.
And you gotta hit that. What you have to hit save? Don't you hit another button?
Is it on now?
Nope.
Now I can't see you.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Hey, I have a question. Hey, if it wasn't no Christ, you know the religion church said baptized in the name. I mean, how that you won't be saved? Say you gotta go to do you believe in Jesus? Is that still a fact? You understand what I'm saying?
Not really, because
if you Christ and you said that Christ didn't come years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, to be saved, they say you got to go to Christ. You know he said what the word do you believe in Christ? How do it go? Yeah, but they say you saved.
Oh yeah. Well, see, that's why I say Christ is the living. Christ is a living. You got to mute your mic. Got some background noise.
Huh?
I say you got some background noise. We can hear the TV. So I just put you on mute for a second. So Christ is a chosen living vessel who redeems the people. That's why Christ is a shepherd. You see what I'm saying? So, but this story is so significant because the spirit and the information of God has been taken out of the world. It has been totally wiped away. We have totally been brainwashed. It's never been a time where the whole world has been brainwashed to believe one lie. And that's about a person coming 2,000 years ago and did these so miraculous things. There's never been a time. So that's why even at this time that God intervenes, it was going to be such a great time. That's why they call it Great Babylon. So now this is the great day of the Lord. So this Christ story is significant because of what's the things being done. But Christ, which is an anointed vessel, which is a shepherd, will always be in the earth. If the sheep, just like you always going to have sheep, you always going to have a shepherd. You know, so that's really the Christ story. And just like the shepherd saved the sheep, but the sheep got to go through that shepherd. So it's more of a principle story rather than a religious historical story. You see what I'm saying? So the vision is more written on that context than just a historical story. It's allegory, it's parables. Talking about when the great shepherd gonna rise to get the people from all around the world and return them back to their land. And after that, you ain't gonna have to do this no more. But you're gonna have the shepherds. So you're gonna always have the Christ concept as you had Moses. Moses was a Christ. So the people had to go through Moses to get out of Egypt. You know, so it's more on that context. But you can unmute your mic. You got to unmute your mic. We can't hear you, brother, man. You still ain't unmuted your mic. I sent you an invitation. There you go. Well, no, we still, your mic's still off. How was Moses Christ? Yeah, I don't get it. Everybody in Israel had to go through Moses to get to God. What part don't y'all understand? They didn't get on their knees and pray. Hey, brother, man, we can't hear you. Yeah, we can't hear you. I sent you an invitation. I got 6 more seconds. I'm going to send you another invitation. I'm finna send you an invitation so you can unmute your mic. I sent you an invite.
No! You ain't got to shut up. I'm trying to shut up. Wait, can you shut up? I'm busy. Man.
Go ahead, let me do it.
Can I call you back? Huh?
Kiss my ass. Get the fuck up out of here. Wash your ass in this man. Bitch, my ass stay clean.
Huh? Yeah, you got something going on over there. But so yeah, like the going through Christ is the same concept as going through Noah. To get on the boat, you had to what? You had to go through Noah. You can say, "Oh, Jesus Christ, get me on this boat." You would have drowned. Because Noah was standing right there, him and God. Noah and God was standing right in front of the boat. But you gonna do what? Jesus, get me on this boat. You would have drowned. So Christ is created by God. Christ don't create God. That's what this really what we think. No, God create Christ, so God can always make a Christ. It can't always make a God. A God ain't, because God is always here. So if God is always here, then why you have to wait on the Lord? You got to wait till God create. And when is God going to create? When the creation is ready. Because we are the creation that God has to create. We are the makeover. But you don't read the book like this way. You think God talking about that's why the earth was the earth was void. So it had to be something here for it to be void. like I say, y'all, it just, but like I say, we just don't look at the Bible as a prophecy. We look at this as this fictitious history story that they done painted pictures in our minds, and then they put it on television. They put God prophecy in motion pictures. And you got to think about who did it. The Africans, if the Bible come from Africans, why the Africans didn't put it on television? You know why? Because it's a prophetic vision. So why would I put a prophetic vision on television? Why would I not just wait on the vision? So what? I won't be confused about what's really going on. And then they put dates on it. Everything in the Bible say the last days, but we go back every time we read it, we go back to the future. Hold up. I mean, when they went back to the future, did he go back into time? They went back to the future. Y'all get it? They went to the future?
I think so. I don't remember.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when you read the Bible, they got us going back to the future. The Bible is a future prophecy, but they got us going back
To the past.
to
The future.
Yeah, they got us going. We're supposed to be going forward in the future. That's why Christ walking earth right now. We're not going forward into the future. We going back into the future. This is what the lie have us doing. Because, again, we pick up the Bible and we go back. But the Bible said the last days. We in the last days. So why are we going back? Why are we not seeing Christ sending out teachers? Why are we not seeing Christ raising the dead? Why are we not seeing Christ walking above the waters? The water down information. Why are we not seeing these things? Because of the motion pictures that they have given us. So right now, since we have seen these motion pictures that has been connected to God prophecy, when you actually see the fulfillment of the prophecy, you blind. So somebody got to come work some miracles. Somebody going to have to come work a miracle to make us see what God is actually doing rather than what we've been shown on television. The things that told lies to your vision are really God's vision. Because God's vision was for your eyes. God's vision was not for television. We're gonna have to put that on a shirt. Don't nobody steal it. Because y'all love to do that. But man, y'all, like I say, man, it just that's why I say this title right here, y'all. This what is on Friday? See this right here? See this right here? Yeah, this title, y'all, like I said, it's gonna I'm a man, not a preacher. So yeah, I could take my shirt off. But you know, y'all, you're gonna see a lot of people when they do come up, they don't even want to deal with the title. They don't want to attack the title. You know, some people get beat up so bad they agree with the title, but at the same time teach against the title. Yeah, man, I agree with it. But yeah, the Bible say did you say you agree with the title? Do I have it?
Because I don't have this one.
Hold up, y'all. Give me a second. Yeah, switch to the.
From the last time you.
Facebook. No, Facebook. Yeah, just erased it. Yeah, good. So yeah, y'all. But yeah, y'all, this title right here, y'all. I say, man, this is cause y'all, we gotta understand there's so many people, man, teaching the book, man. It's so many people teaching the book, y'all. To the point where we don't know who to trust. We don't know who to believe. That was a 571 number.
On here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I need another.
So, like I said, there's so many people teaching the book, man. It's like, and some people becoming great. You know, like, you know, they got some people, man, they'll come on TikTok and they'll get to showing some stuff that people probably never considered out the Bible. And now, you know, they got 60,000 people watching them. 60,000 likes. You see what I'm saying? And they don't know what they talking about. You see what I'm saying? So that's the great Babylon. You know, that's the great Babylon, y'all, that's really in the earth, man. And like I said, it's really being destroyed with this title right here. This title, y'all, like I said, it brings a lot of shame. It brings a lot of conviction. Like I said, it brings a lot of clarity. Right now, we are in the midst of confusion. Everybody is confused because everybody is talking. And everybody is afraid to say everybody's a liar. You notice that everybody, well, I can't say what? See, when the Bible said, now, if that scripture wasn't in there, nobody would believe everybody is a liar. It's hard for people to grasp when we show them the scripture. Oh, man, because they never looked at it that way. They never even considered every man a liar because they've been going to church and they've been conditioned to think he telling the truth. When the book he read saying, let him be a liar. We had visited a church about a few months back, and they had an old man up there talking, right? He say, don't look at me for the truth. I ain't never heard that. I ain't never heard a pastor say don't look at him for the truth. What do you say? I'm just up here to make you think, huh? Something like that. Like he let it be known. He didn't have it. So if he ain't got it, what I'm going, and how is a sin if I don't come? How is it a sin if I don't come to the place where you really ain't got it? Come on, man. Like, and you know, and really, y'all, you know, when you really think about it, like I said, churches used to be for the community, for a gathering of people, and they just used the Bible and they started teaching it. And once they seen that, they said, well, oh, this is where they gather at. Let me infiltrate them. Let me send them a teacher. Let me raise them a teacher. You know, let me give them somebody that's going to tell them this, because this is where all of them gather at. You know, so, and like I said, that's all that's going on. These pastors, these bishops, these camp leaders, all these people are created for us to lead us astray. And they are given the air. They are given the way to communicate to the people. All right. So right now, y'all, what's going on, man, is the whole world is finna be condemned. And some people might say, well, How? How can you condemn the whole world? The title behind you. Now, I already have. It just got to be lifted up. See, the world has already been condemned. If Christ is on earth, the whole world condemned. They lied about everything. Well, we've been saying that, but we don't understand what the lie is about. So now we understand what they've been lying about. Christ. The dates backed up off Christ. BC, AD, after the death of what? Christ. BC, before Christ. So even the dates that we follow is connected to the false Christ. So what do that mean? Everything is a lie. So haven't we been saying these things? So now you got the other half of the foreshadow of what's written in the books. Because the books foreshadow what's happening. The books do not foreshadow what already happened. Don't say I'm Christ. Uncle Frank, just come up. Don't ever tell a man what not to say unless you know who Christ is. See, you can't know who Christ is because you read a book. Like I don't even know. I don't even understand that logic at all. Now, you believe he coming? You waiting on him to come? I understand that. I don't understand you saying you not Christ and you don't even know the real one. Because you can't say, well, I'm doing nothing wrong. Nobody come up here and say I'm doing nothing wrong but calling myself Christ. That's the only thing I'm doing wrong. Because other than that, you can't find no wrong.
Yo,
What's up?
yeah, I just had a quick question. I came from one of your other people's live, and she told me to ask you, so I'm gonna ask you because she wouldn't answer. Have you ever sinned before?
Sin?
Yeah.
No, I never lied on God.
No. Like, have you ever sinned before?
No, that's what sin is, transgression of the law. Sin is not breaking the law of man or what man calls sin. That's not what sin is. Sin is transgression of the law. I never transgress the law because I never offer God bread without being anointed. That's why Christ comes to take away the sin. You see what I'm saying? So that's the sin that's really in the earth when it comes to God. Now, your definition of sin, of course, I'm a son of man. But I haven't really, if you really, and I don't want people like I'm too more on, I don't have nothing bad on my plate. I never really did nothing bad. Never in my life. But again, I'll just let you know what sin really is.
So 1 John chapter 10, that just, because you don't, I'm assuming, I don't really know, I'm not gonna put words in your mouth, I don't really know much about you. 1 John chapter 10, that means like nothing to you or nothing to y'all, or like we just like ignore that.
What you talking about?
1 John chapter 10.
Okay, you have to read it.
All right, hold on. So I got it right here.
Yeah, 1 John, right?
Mm-hmm. First John chapter 1, verse 10.
If we say that we sin not, we make him a liar, and his word is not in us. Okay, who is the we?
What do you mean, who is the we?
That's
It's a,
every.
it's a simple question.
I don't know how long. I said let every man be a liar, And because man don't have the bread from heaven, man will be what? A liar.
Right, but so
Right?
does that mean that?
So right now, no man on the face of the earth can say what? We have not sinned.
Right, I agree with that. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. So does that include you?
No. That's why I am the anointed one. That's why I say you. For one thing, you have to understand this talking about a priesthood. So anybody that ever taught the Bible in their life and tried to teach and give this word have sinned. This all is saying. That's why the unclean lips. Christ come to take away those unclean lips. This is what make Christ's word true.
So that's the only definition. So that's the only definition of sin is trying to preach the word when you can't.
Yes, bro.
So if I unalive somebody, that's not a sin?
No, that's an unrighteous act.
If I grape somebody, is that not a sin?
Correct. No, bro.
If I bear false witness, which is one of the things that God hates, is that not a sin?
That's wrong. You got a right, you got a wrong, and you got the sin. Now the sin will, how would I say it? The sin will uplift wrong. Take away sin, it will bring back righteousness in the earth. This is what you got to understand. So when sin is taken away, ain't nobody gonna be doing these things because this is why the lies are being taken away. So since the truth is in the earth, principles, morals, teachings, conduct, all that will be given to the world based off the sin being taken away. So I'm not saying I'm not condemning what's right and wrong because I'm telling you what sin is.
But I'm
so of course, brother, come on now. We know that's wrong. We're not those things we're not gonna tolerate. But again, sin.
Because there's 7 things that God hates. There's 7 things that God hates, and you said that sin is classified as trying to teach the doctrine when they're not qualified to do that. So the 7 things that God hates, which he calls abomination, would that be considered sin, or would that just be considered something that's morally wrong? And if so, why would he call it abomination and say that he hates it?
Because it makes you, brother, God hated Esau because of the teachings and the information that's coming out of his mouth. So right now, the abomination of a false witness. Like right now, it's an abomination because it leads his sheep to the slaughterhouse. When you tell lies, you take God's sheep and you lead them to the slaughterhouse. When you slaughter God's sheep, God don't like you.
Right, but homosexuality is also an abomination. Homosexuality is also an abomination, is it not?
Okay, all right, we agree. But you got to understand, that's why you got to be able to rightly divide the word. God is spirit, brother. So God's thoughts are not your thoughts, and God's ways are not what? Your ways. So the spiritual fornication or the spiritual sexual immortality, what is Babylon in Revelations? The whore, right? Now, why is Babylon a whore?
Because it spread its iniquity across the earth.
But a whore?
Because it spread its iniquity across the earth and it went whoring after other gods.
Okay, so you say, what do? They go whoring after other gods?
Whoring after other gods.
Oh, so that must be the adultery.
Money, fornication, money, adoration.
So that's the fornication. That's the adultery. That's the prostitution. All this is what God is talking about. Because remember, God's thoughts are not your thoughts.
Right, but that's not what I asked you. I said the 7 things that God hates and calls abominations. That does not include what you said, which is saying a pastor or someone trying to teach or preach the Bible. And you said that's what classified as sin. So I said, if this is the only thing that's classified as sin, why would God then say that these are the 7 things that he hates and he calls them abomination?
Because they make people sin, bro. That's all. They're gonna make you lie, brother man. If you read the 7 things that God hates, this stuff gonna keep you in the sin. It's gonna keep you transgressing the law of God. That's all. That's why it's an abomination. It's gonna defile you. It's gonna defile you. That's an abomination. So it's an
abomination. So an abomination is a sin.
No.
So if I commit an abomination, I'm not sinning.
The abominations keep you in the sin. The abomination is the actions that keep you in the sin, bro. So let's just read Proverbs right quick. It says, there are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him. Haughty eyes. These are actions. A lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood. That's your ways leading people to the slaughterhouse.
That's not ways leading people to the slaughterhouse. That's not a smortion.
Brother man, when you tell lies, you lead them to the slaughterhouse. So telling lies will have you with bloody hands. So when it says hands that shed innocent blood, you lie to innocent people and they go to the slaughterhouse. Not physically though. Okay. So it says a heart that devises wicked schemes, like taking your money, but I'm gonna lie to you. Feet that are quick to rush into evil. A false witness who pours out lies, and a man who stirs up this decision among brethren. So these are actions that keep you in the one sin, which is breaking the law of God, transgressing the law. That's sin, bro.
Right. Okay, cool. So if I don't say a word to anybody, if I'm mute and I don't spread a single lie, and I go unalive a kid who's innocent, is that an abomination?
Of course, it's wrong.
Okay. So
it's not really. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. You don't. This is what you feel.
My bad. I got a phone.
You fail to understand that the Bible is talking to priests. I don't know. You got to go.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying the Bible is written to the priest, bro. It's a Levitical law. So it's a priest book. It's not talking to the world anyway. You see what I'm saying? So, of course, you got right and wrong for everybody in the world. You got the law of God that's for the priests. So these things, if you don't understand this, you're not even going to separate this in the correct way.
That doesn't make sense because God told his people to be holy as I am holy, and that included people that weren't priests. And he said that in Leviticus. So I don't know about that.
He said it in Leviticus for the Levites.
He said it in Leviticus to his people that he brought out of Egypt. He didn't say, hey, only you. He was talking to his people because when one of...
Hey, bro, just, if that's what you want to believe, do you have any more questions?
No, I'm trying to make it make sense because it doesn't make sense, right? And because I asked you a simple question and we went to this tangent, right? And I didn't even want to do all that. I just wanted to know if you said that you had sinned. You said I have not sinned because I'm not, spreading false gospel like other people doing things like that. And spreading false gospel, right, is, from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, spreading false gospel means that that's what's sinning because that's what's causing people, lying to people, causing them to go the wrong way, all of those things.
Okay.
That confused me because I'm like, okay, so are these other things not sin? If I don't do that, are these other things not sin? But you're saying the only people who are supposed to follow these laws are God's people. Other people aren't supposed to follow these laws because this is only for priests and only for leaders. That's where I'm confused. It's not making sense to me.
Well, brother, is the Bible talking to everyone?
I was talking to Mr. Christ here. I don't know who you are. Sorry, I can't even see you. I didn't want to talk to both people. I just wanted to ask a simple question.
Okay. I think you got your answer. And again, everybody is not going to really receive the truth or understand the truth. Christ was hard to understand if you read the scriptures. So
isn't that the point? Is for all of us to receive the truth? Because I came from someone else's life.
No. It says the truth is hidden from the wise and prudent and revealed to the babes who don't know nothing. That's who the truth is revealed to. The truth is not revealed to those who think they know. Because in the end, you're going to find out you didn't know. So again, the truth is not revealed to everybody. That is a lie.
So, okay, last question. So is Christ meant, what is the purpose then? I was under the understanding that Christ was meant to either A, save everybody, or B, at least give everybody an opportunity to be saved. But now you're saying, well, I can only reveal the truth to those that don't know. So by that logic, is everyone who knows already condemned?
No, the logic is If Christ is in the earth right now, giving the opportunity to everybody, but everybody think they know. So few gonna hear the calling, as is written. Many are called, few are chosen.
Okay. All right. Hopefully, like I said, we'll find out at the end of the day. I'm not really here to threaten them like that. We can find out at the end of the day. I also, because it says that, Christ will unalive and resurrect, I'll be looking forward to seeing that. Y'all have a great day. I've got some work to do. But yeah, I wasn't trying to beef or nothing like that. I just had a couple questions. So
That's cool. Cool. Ain't no hard feeling, bro. Peace, peace. Yeah, I'm cool. Like, I'm well, I don't get into that. But so yeah, y'all, like we don't understand sin is not what the way we look at sin. Sin is not, if some people scared to get divorced right now and they both treating each other wrong, which is they both doing wrong, but they're scared to get a divorce because they think they sinning. A God gonna, like, it's just stupid stuff. Man, I can't look at a woman. Damn, I sin. I gotta go pray to God. When the Bible say man is made for woman and woman is made for man. So all these lies have pushed us into what? Not want to be men and not want to be women. Because if I be a natural man, I can't please God. If I be a natural woman, I can't please God. So now, since we don't want to be men and women no more, what? I want to transition. I just want to be something. That's what sin has really gotten us to, y'all. All these things, man, that just hold us back.
You got the Pope agreeing with, gay marriage.
Yeah, the Pope agreeing with it now. But he don't agree with man being with a woman. But he gonna agree to gay marriage. He gonna try to push it. Then he went to Africa. Oh yeah. Oh, it might cut me, y'all. I said the magic word. That's why I be trying to stay off topic. I already speak on enough sensitive things, so.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I wanted to ask the question about how could you be the Christ when we have historical first-hand accounts of Christ that existed 2,000 years ago? First-hand accounts
Well, can
outside
I?
of the Bible.
Well, can I read to you the will of God?
No, I'm asking you the question. I said, how could you say that you're the Christ when we have first-hand accounts of the character that lines up in the scriptures living amongst the people in the Middle East 2,000 years ago from first-hand accounts? First-hand accounts, not stories. People that are not Jews, people that are not part of the nation of Israel.
Hey, I heard you. So let's read John 6:40. Let me
What does
show
that
you
got to do
why.
with that?
Hold on. Yeah, yes, it do, because you talking about something you haven't seen.
No, I'm
You
talking
talking,
about first-hand
bro,
accounts.
man. Hey, bro. You ain't gotta say first-hand accounts no more. You said it 3 times, brother. I
Do you know
heard
what a
what you
first-hand
said.
account is?
Brother, man. I heard. If you're not gonna calm down, bro, I'm just gonna have to move on, bro.
I'm
Just
calm,
calm
bro. I'm just
down.
asking you,
All
do you
right,
know what
I
that is?
told you I understand what first-hand accounts mean, and you don't have it because you didn't get it first. You don't have it, bro. You don't have the first-hand accounts.
Yeah, I
So
do. I have it sitting
you
right
gotta
here.
stop lying. No. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to the people because you don't have it.
I'm not saying I was a first-hand account, bro, but I have the first-hand account sitting in my
Where
hand
they at?
right now as
So
we speak.
show me where they at. Show me where the first-hand accounts at.
The first-hand accounts is actually
Bring camera
in
on.
the Library of the Vatican, which has been translated in
Have you?
1867 or
18.
1879.
Hey,
In
have you?
1879,
Have you
bro,
been to the
I'm giving you
Vatican?
my answer. I'm giving you. No, I bought the book.
But you never been to the Vatican.
I don't have to go to the Vatican. I could buy the book. You're acting as if we're not in the age to where we got books and printing presses and that things are actually able to be facsimiled and printed and offered to the masses. These claims that you're claiming that Christ didn't come 2,000 years ago is false. We have more than one. We got more than one testimony, and we have a firsthand account from Pontius Pilate himself.
Who is we? You must have got a call. Who is the
The
we?
masses.
The masses is the
The
we?
masses.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, look. This is
Yes,
why I want
the
to
we
read.
are the masses. When I'm speaking of that, when I'm saying we, Martin says, that
I heard you, bro.
when I say so, there is no verse or no scripture that's going to debunk what I just said. Like when I'm just saying we.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, well, brother, let me read it first before you say that. So this is why God
There
hates
is.
the false
It's not
witness.
even part of the context.
Hey, brother man.
I'm just asking you a
this
question.
Can I answer it, brother? So this is why it talks about God hates a false witness. This brother reading the book, acting like he witnessed it. See, that's a psychological effect that's in the earth.
That's not what I.
Hey, brother man,
bro.
brother man.
That's not.
Bro, if you cut me off again, bro, stop cutting me off, bro. Let me just read my scripture. So it says,
Do it without the narrative of making it seem like I just lied.
you are lying, bro. That's what I
Yeah,
stand
but you ain't
on.
gotta say it. Just prove it. Don't try to teach everybody that I'm a liar.
Hey, while I read my scripture, brother, just stay on mute for me. So this is why I'm reading this scripture. Because the will of God is to see the Son. The will of God is not to read a book and think you have a first-hand account. This brother read a book and saying he got first-hand account of Christ, the psychological effect. So let's go to John 6:40. Let's go to John 6:40. Let's see the will of God. It ain't God's will for us to try to recognize Christ in history. That's man's will. Again, it is not God's will for us to recognize Christ in history. It's God's will for us to see Christ in the future. So it says, and this is the will of him that sent me, that everyone which seeth the Son and believe on him. So it's many people looking at the Son right now, but they don't believe upon him. But it's those that see him and believe, not those who read a book and believe, may have everlasting life, and I will raise them up at the last day. So why many people is not getting raised up? Only a few. Because many people is not believing upon the one they see. They believing upon the one they read about. That's not the will of God. That's the will of man. That's why you got the book from man. You didn't get the truth from God's lips.
Can you read that verse again?
What? Well, you can read it and give us your breakdown.
I
Because
just said,
the will
can you read
is
it
for you to
again?
see the Son. The will is not for you to read about the
But I
Son.
couldn't hear you.
Oh well.
But then why did Christ say this right here in John 20 and 28? And Thomas answered and said unto him, my Lord and my God. Y'all, let me finish reading.
No, I know, but I want you to break this one down first, and then you can read the other one.
I don't have a breakdown for it. So he said, Yahushua says unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed. What? Blessed are they that have not seen. Yeah, I see how you're looking around in your mind on like, how am I going to spin this? You're not going to be able to spin that, bro. Blessed are they that believe and have not seen, showing their true belief factor.
Hey, brother man, like they are blessed. They're not teachers because they haven't seen. You have to now. You want to teach the book. So since you want to be a teacher, you have to see Christ. So they got a lot of people.
What is the difference between being blessed?
Hold on, brother. Hold on. They got a lot of people that because I come to make the people who really don't believe in God to come back to God. So right now it's people who
Isn't the word
believe
blessed mean
and
to be
haven't.
satisfied?
Hey, bro, I'm not finna keep talking to you, brother, and we're not having a conversation because I asked for a breakdown. You couldn't even give me a breakdown because you don't know it. So what you
A
saying
breakdown on
is,
what? I asked you the verse and you never told me the verse.
hey, this is why I wanted to ask you, why does it say see the Son? Like I wanted your breakdown on there, but you say you didn't have one. So what you saying,
I didn't know where you were at.
John 6 and
Because I
4?
keep asking, bro, can you please read? Like I asked you and you just refused to show me.
John 6 and 40.
Okay, and this is the will of him that sent me, that everyone which sees the Son and believes on him may have everlasting life, and I'll raise him up in the last day. He was talking to those people at that time. But then he goes and says later, I just try to show you, bro. Because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. This is my... Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed. So now I got to ask you, what is blessed mean? What does blessed mean?
Just like
Because
it
you try to
says,
spin off blessed. So what does that mean?
no, just like it says, bless those who have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. It's the same concept. Bless those who have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. That means they have something from God.
Bro, I asked you,
They
what
gonna
does
be.
blessed mean? I'm asking you simply, brother, what does blessed mean?
Hey, brother, man, I don't think this gonna go well because you keep cutting me off. But bless mean you have
It
something
will,
from
but you're not
God.
giving me a
You
direct
have something
answer.
from
And
God.
you're not giving
I
me...
know.
Huh?
Bless mean you have something
Say it
from
again.
God that's not given by man. You have something. A blessing is something that's from God and not from man. That's why I say they are
So
blessed.
what, so what would they be expecting to get from God if they believe in Christ? What would they
You
be
gotta have.
expecting?
That's why I was talking about you
I'm
gotta be
asking you, what would
blessed.
they be expecting?
You gotta be
I'm asking you,
blessed.
what would somebody
Can you
that
hear?
believes in Christ, that
Hey,
heard
can you hear, bro?
this message, what would they be expecting?
Hey, can you hear? Can
Yeah, I
you
can
hear?
hear you, bro. I can hear you not answering. You're indirectly answering.
So you indirectly just talking though. Okay.
No, you won't answer my questions.
Okay. I knew you was a troll. You know, when people get cut, y'all, that's how they get to playing games. That's why they can't turn their camera on. They probably on a fake page. I don't know, y'all. That's all I deal with. Yeah, it be fake pages. Because they don't want to bring their real page up here. Because they know what? They're going to lose their views.
Hello?
That's why I don't like. That's one thing about TikTok. What's going on? Peace. It's
Peace,
like,
peace.
you just made
Yeah,
this account? You just made this account?
yeah, I'm just getting on TikTok. I'm an older gentleman. I don't know how this stuff really works. So I was looking at TikTok and came across your live.
Okay. What's going on, man? Peace. I was just making sure, man. I deal with a lot of trolls, a lot of kids. Just we want to play on TikTok. So,
Yeah, no, I know what you're speaking and what you're ministering about by the Spirit of grace. Just like the scripture is written about, in my Father's house are many mansions. Jesus raised up mansions, but Christ is the one that raises up the dimensions that are within us. Because we are Christ. Christ is the anointed. He's the Messiah. Because in John 4:25, and also in John 1:41 and 41, it speaks about messiahs, because there's many messiahs of the Messiah that are called to see and to be who we are in this dimension of his glory that's coming from within the kingdom, that the wisdom and the understanding is bringing us into this perspective of perceiving and receiving our sight. So this is the great awakening that's taking place. This is the new heaven and the new earth. This is the new song that is being sang. It's the revelation, because a lot of people have to teach in the Bible from a place of historical, the history and the information, rather than the mystery and the revelation. Yes.
Brother man, let's slow it down a little bit. Now, who is the lamb that was with the 144?
We are the lamb that was slain before the foundations of the earth.
No, I know, but so who was the 144?
We are the 144, the remnant.
Okay, so who was the
Those
lamb?
that remain.
Hold on. Who was the lamb that they followed? Because first you said we the lamb, but the 144 followed the lamb. I don't know, it's live pause, y'all. So
Hello?
yeah, you back.
Yeah. I said
No. This is what I asked you. You said the lamb was us. Then you said the 144 is us. But when y'all read the scripture, the 144 followed the lamb wherever he went, right?
right, because the lamb is the one.
Okay,
The lamb is the one that taketh away the sin, which is the iniquity. Because now the mystery is being revealed by.
Bro. The way I run my panel, you see this title? Nobody can teach except Christ. So I'd rather have a conversation with you and not your teachings. So right now,
I'm Christ. I can teach.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, you're gonna have to get a foundation with me before you get. I can't even see your face. You see what I'm saying? So if I wanted to go on TikTok and listen to somebody teach me, I'll go on their panel.
I'm sharing about what you're teaching.
I know. No, you don't have to share about what I'm teaching because I teach what I teach. You see what I'm saying? That ain't your job to share what I teach. It's your job to come up here and have a conversation with me.
Right, that's what we're having is a conversation.
No, you teach. So right now, bro, this is what, like I said, all the petty talk I'm not on. Let's get back on principles and where we're going with this conversation. So right now, what I'm trying to reveal to you, you said the lamb was all of us. Then you said the 144 was also us. But now you turned around and say the lamb was the one who take the iniquity away. So you still ain't really let me know who this is. This lamb one person or is this lamb multiple people?
This lamb is one. We're all one. We're many members made up of one body. It's one. It's one.
Hey, brother man, don't try to slick talk me, bro.
No, I'm not. It's one. It's scripture.
So look. So is it one lamb and 144, or is it 144 and two lambs?
It's one lamb.
Okay, thank you. Who is this one lamb right now today?
The body of Christ. We're many members made up of one body. Christ is one body.
No, brother man, bro. It says Christ is one body with many members, right?
Right. That's why I was speaking about the matches.
So the one lamb is the head of the body, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who is this lamb then?
The lamb is the body of Christ. It's the one.
No, the body is the 144. The lamb is the head. That's why the 144, just like you got many members on your body, right? They all what? They all get signals from the head.
Right, and that's why I was sharing with you about the many mansions. The many mansions is
brother man, I understand all that. So I'm just clearly asking you, where is our head?
Christ is the head.
Where, but we the members have to be attached to the head so the body can function, right?
Right.
Okay. So we have to know our head can't be in the sky because we on earth, right? If we the body and we on earth, we need our head to attach itself to us. So do we have our head or are we waiting on our head?
Well, the head, what's inside of the head is the mind, right? Inside of the head is the mind.
Oh, correct.
Let's go to the depthness of this, of what you're speaking about. And, about sharing and communicating on the surface. So within the head, there's a mind. And within the mind, there's a tree. Because that's why in the scripture speaking about when they were in the Garden of Eden, there was a tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil is when you're eating from a double mind. The tree of life is the mind of Christ that is the head. So when we go to the depths, because he was in the skull of Golgotha, the skull representing the head and the mind.
Bro, we're not really teaching right now. We're just having a conversation, brother. So all I'm asking you, where is our head? Like, because you say our head is
on our body.
Okay, so we already have our head with us then, right? But the head is one, right? You said it's one lamb. But now you turn this into this metaphysical, whatever you get to saying, but the 144 followed the lamb. Now we know the 144 is the member of the body. We know Christ is the head, but since we don't want to accept Christ as one, like Peter wasn't Christ, right?
Yes, Peter was. Because listen to me, we're having a conversation. As the apostles, Peter, Paul, James, and John, the reason why they didn't have a last name because Christ was the last. Jesus was the first. That's why all of them, now Paul was Paul Christ. Peter was Peter Christ. Hello, the 12. The 12 is governmental perfection within us. It's the governing of the principles and the judgments and the institutions are what we're supposed to be bringing solutions to.
Okay, now who is the first of our time? Who is the first of our time?
Jesus.
Jesus not here, bro.
I understand. You said the first of our time. Of our time, because listen, there is no time in eternity.
Oh, hey, bro. Right now, brother. You know why we don't have nothing as people? We don't have no leadership. Everybody's a chief when they pick up the book. And we know damn well ain't no chiefs picked up this book yet. Because ain't nobody did the will. Everybody done picked up the book and did their own will and robbed God. Will a man rob God in tithes and offerings? So all I'm saying, brother man, Peter was not Christ. Peter got it from Christ. Paul wasn't Christ. Paul got it from Christ. Now they was members of the body. So they was of the governing body. They had their government roles, but they was not Christ. So if everybody in the Bible was Christ, you wouldn't have no order, you wouldn't have no structure, just like a job. Everybody on the job site managers. There nobody gonna do no work because everybody's a manager.
But when you have many, listen, when you have one trying to do what many has one voice.
Brother, it's one Christ and many members.
Right.
Okay, so we all ain't. I know some people. Some people say that like you got many other angels. Everybody ain't Michael. Michael is the chief angel. You see what I'm saying? But you got many other angels who have many other duties and they got many other roles. Because Michael can't play every role, but everybody ain't Michael, and Michael ain't everybody. So it's almost like it's vice versa, but the Christ established the order so we won't have everybody, because right now, if everybody is anointed and everybody Christ, then the pastor's telling the truth. See what I'm saying? That means everybody on the earth is telling the truth because they all say the same thing everybody else. So we know that ain't true. So
it doesn't say everybody. It doesn't say everybody is Christ. It's the ones that are awakened to that they are. Is when you're teaching, right? What you're teaching, it doesn't say everyone. It says those that know their identity and come out of the definition of information. Information is given from history. We were formed from the dust of the ground and became a living soul. They're still living in the soul. But when the one consciousness of who Christ is from within us begins to spark and ignite us to begin to see things that are revealed and unveiled to us, because we've been behind the veil, which is the law. But revelation is the mystery of who Christ is. That's what we're unveiling and revealing from within.
Well, correct, but this is what we have to understand. That's why I have this title on here. It's one mediator between man and God. It's one. It's not multiple. Now, again, if we understand this, we can walk into our light and into our positions. You know, so Aaron wasn't Moses. Aaron didn't get the rod from God. Aaron got the rod from Moses because it's an order. Aaron couldn't skip Moses and go to God and say, God, give me the rod. God gonna be like, I gave it to your brother Moses. Why you didn't get it from him? I ain't want to give it from him. Or your heart ain't right, so you ain't gonna get the rod at all. That's basically what's going on. We don't want to receive the rod.
I hear you in that, brother. But see, this is where you begin to reflect and project what pastors are doing, the very thing that you're speaking against. Because they're saying what you're saying. They're saying, they're saying, I'm Moses to you. So in order for you to get what I have, you got to come to me as being the lamb. You have to hear what you're saying also. That's why the message isn't brought with clarity. I hear and understand what you're speaking, but everything has to be done with clarity, or it's an echo of what was already been said when people hear you speak. Because there's pastors saying the same thing that you're saying. So you're saying to them, I'm Christ, so you got to come to me as to get this understanding. You're doing what they're doing, and you're not aware of it.
Hold up, brother man. No pastor is judging the Roman Catholic Church, so let's stop it. No pastor is calling every man on the earth a liar. No pastor is telling nobody can teach the Bible. No pastor is doing this. They might be telling it to their congregation. I'm talking to the world. I'm talking to every pastor, every religious organization. No pastor is not doing these things. So it might sound like it because, again, Abel did have a twin. Jacob did have a twin. So it might look alike, but it's totally different.
But when you speak about the twins, brother, when the scripture is written about,
bro, don't change the subject.
I'm not changing. I'm going off of what you spake. That's what conversation is. You communicated about the twins, right? And that's true.
No, brother man, you slick talking.
No, I'm not. You just said twins, right?
No, I know what, brother man. I know what I said.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go from that conversation.
No,
what you spoke about the twins.
No, you're not gonna move the goalpost because you just told a bold-faced lie.
I'm not moving the goalpost. You spoke about twins, and I said yes, that's true.
We still want to see how you want to still deal with the twins. This is called somebody who's a real good professional speaker. He probably been to school for speech. He probably been to college, so he know how to control the conversation. He know how to interject. He know when to be quiet. He know how to do all these things to slick talk people. So he just said I had no clarity in my message. This is what he was pushing. I was quiet. I had no clarity, and I need to understand what I'm saying like I don't. And I'm saying the same thing. Pastors are not proclaiming to be Moses. Pastors ain't going to Pharaoh. I'm going to Pharaoh. You see what I'm saying? That's what you got to understand. So pastors not fulfilling the will. I'm fulfilling the will. Pastors don't even proclaim to be the one who's going to fulfill the will. I never heard a pastor say it. Every pastor say they're waiting on Jesus. I'm not waiting on Jesus. So for you to clearly stand up here and tell the people that I'm saying what the pastor is saying, and I'm also don't have no clarity in my message. Let's be real, brother. So I'm gonna give you about 2 more minutes because I don't see no face. You ain't got no pictures. I don't know who I'm talking to. And I think it kind of wasting my time because you keep going back into teaching mode. You got to start your own panel for that, brother. TikTok, a lot of people come up if you want to teach. And you can teach them all what you know. But I'm not here to be taught, homie. Because I'm the head you're supposed to connect to. So why would I waste my time? So you got to unmute yourself. I'm going to give you about a minute to respond. And we'll say our piece and we'll move on. Oh, well, he gone anyway. Good. Good. He already knew what time it was. He was caught up in the stare. What's up? What's up? Peace, peace. Pray for peace. What's going on?
Oh, sorry, amen.
What you got for me?
Yeah, I just accidentally, sorry.
You said you accidentally? All right. What that thing's on? Moving down too. Trying to get some new guests in, y'all know. After this Gucci man, I'll pull you in. I'm just trying to get some new guests that I haven't. I'll pull you in. I'm just trying to get
Yes, Negus. Yo, Negus.
What's up?
What's up? You good, yeah?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, man. So basically, I'm hearing that they're calling you the Jesus.
Well, I don't like to say Jesus because people think of a 2,000-year-old character, but I am the Christ. I'm the one that was foretold about the prophets.
Okay, that's understandable. So I'm a non-believer, yeah?
Okay.
So what are you gonna show me to make me a believer? Like what Jesus did? Or what have you done?
Well, the thing about it is, I have told the truth. So when I told the truth, I opened up people's eyes. I opened up their ears. I made them stand up. The things they wouldn't stand up to. So this is what the truth does. So since I told that truth, they know who I am.
Okay, so just from speech, from words, you've told people something and now they believe you. What about actions? Any actions?
Yeah, right now I have a petition to judge the Roman Catholic Church, and this is when everybody gonna actually believe who I am when these things get done. So again, the second resurrection is when brothers like you gonna see. If you're looking for a sign, you won't be given one, but you will see me do the things that I tell you I do, and then you're gonna believe me. So you might not be a part of the first resurrection, but everybody can be a part of the second resurrection.
Can you turn water to wine?
I turn water down information into wine. I can't, I can get some fruit for you and make some wine that way. But
can you walk on water?
I'm walking on water right now. The water down information, I'm above it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds good. But yeah, I just wanted to come up and let you know that I'm a non-believer. Could you make me a believer? And right now, I'm still a non-believer.
Yeah, brother. Like I say, man, don't the second resurrection. But if you want to go to my website, you want to read my declaration, you want to watch a couple videos, hear the message. And like I say, I'm gonna prove myself in the end, brother. I'm not here to prove myself. I'm here to do my work.
Yeah, no. Big up yourself. I'm not trying to downgrade you. I'm just like telling you that, yeah. Like I respect what you're doing and the information that you're passing along. But I'm saying if you're some sort of different man to each and every man on this planet, show me something. Make me stand up.
Well, like I say, man, hey, the second time around is when you might get it. You might not get it the first time. But the second time around, brother, trust me, you'll get it. So just keep your eyes and ears open, man.
My eyes and ears have been open for 35 years.
Well, keep them open because this is your first time meeting Christ.
I get you. But yeah, man, big up your...
It's an important time to keep them open.
Then we got a believer here, and I wanted 144,000.
I've got a believer. Let me put my friend knowledge on. Why don't you come up? In fact, yo, My friend's got something to say because I'm a non-believer and he's a believer. What's your question then? We're getting shy. We're getting shy for. We can't see you, you know. We can't see you.
If he's the one, when's he rising up his 144,000? When's he rounding up? When's the time for us to bring back the nation? When's the nation coming back?
Well, right now, the 144 are learning this new song. So once that number is fulfilled by God, because God is the one that opened your ears and open your eyes to hear the song. Because remember, it's God's song. So once that number is fulfilled and those servants are marked, we will have our governing body. Because right now, we don't have a governing body to like if all the nations came to us right now, who gonna govern them? So right now, the governing body is being gathered by the song. That's why my brother may ask me what I'm doing. Well, it's the song, it's the truth that's being said. The truth is the new song. So that's why if you read Revelations, the 144 learned a new song. And they seen the one that was word there to take the book and loosen the seal. So right now, these things are going on. So this process is happening. So the government bodies are being gathered as me and you speak. That's why we on platforms like TikTok, talking to the world. I'm pretty sure it sounds like y'all brothers in the UK.
Yeah,
you know,
really
so you see what I'm saying? So right now, we can communicate with all our brothers and sisters that's scattered over the world. You know, but of course, you have the lookalikes, you have the deception, you have all the religion that's blocking out the truth. So it's a war. You know, but like I say, but these things are being happening right now, bro. The people are being scattered.
I agree with you to a certain degree, but I feel like you're playing a part. You're playing a part of this separation.
Well, how could you say that when I'm revealing nobody can teach the Bible except Christ? Now the separation is everybody.
You're on about Christ. You're on about religion itself. Like me, as a non-believer, I don't think that there is religion. I feel like we're all one. We need something bigger than religion. Thank you. I need to be shown something, not just told something. Because you sound like you've got a lot of information, and that is a very good thing. Yeah. No. I wish I had that much information, but
no, you're missing the point. I'm against all religions, bro.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I don't have now. Christ is a living man on the earth as a leader for the people. Christ is the revolutionary. You see what I'm saying? So I'm telling you right now, everybody that's dividing us, teaching us religious books are liars, and I prove these things to people. See, this is why people know who I am. And that's why the truth is a conqueror. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not dividing us. I'm bringing us all to one place.
Mount Zion.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, we way up there. Way up. Yeah.
I like that, man. That made sense.
Mm-hmm.
That made sense. That did actually make sense.
Yeah. So and see, that's why right now I'm judging the Roman Catholic Church. I'm not building a church. I don't have a congregation. I got soldiers. We fighting the devil to reveal the truth, to judge the Roman Catholic Church, which control all our resources. The Roman Catholic Church right now control all our resources, whether it's businesses, money, education, rappers, television, music, they control.
I agree.
Okay, so we got to go talk to them. Forget trying to tell our people on the street corner, get out the corner. We got to go talk to the people, the reason why our people are on the corner. And that's what nobody is doing. But this is what I'm doing.
I don't think we probably can even reach them. We're too low in the food chain.
Yes, we can.
We
can. We can reach them. We reach them with unifying. We must unify to reach them. That's the key. That's what I'm doing. That's why all lies must be destroyed so we can unify into one truth. It's many lies, it's one truth, bro.
This guy actually sounds, he's turning me into a believer a bit. I can't lie.
And you got the soldiers, innit? When it's ready, man.
You get me? Because
you got soldiers when it's ready.
But I don't know if my soldiers are going to understand and agree with you. You get me, niggas?
Well, the thing about that, brother, that's why you might have to be their leader.
I get you, but like I says, I don't even understand your message too much.
Oh, well, no, you're not going to get it in one day, bro. You know,
But But one of my friends is a Hebrew Israelite, and are you a Hebrew Israelite as well?
No, I'm not. I'm against the Hebrews.
Oh, you're against Hebrews. I got a brethren is a Hebrew Israelite. Is kind of shy right now. But yeah, man. One of my friends is searching, and the other one, he's not here right now. But yeah, man, is a big Hebrew Israelite.
Okay. I got a brother over there in the UK.
What's his name?
He might be on the TikTok now. I think he Yaju UK or is it Jerome UK?
Jerome UK. No.
It might be Jerome or no, it's Yaju Saint UK.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, in the chat. So yeah, man, like I say, man, this stuff is worldwide. There's many brothers, you know, who.
You know what? I'm gonna try and be one of the leaders in the UK. Me and you are gonna have a chat soon. Yeah.
Follow the creator.
I've followed you. Follow me. You followed me back.
Let me. All right, I followed you back.
Yeah. Respect. So what you need to do now is tag me so people can add me, and I can turn them into a believer.
All right, brother, man. I appreciate you coming up, bro.
All right, enough love, yeah, bro. Keep pushing the message, man.
We'll do, brother, man.
We'll link
check
up
out
too.
the website, man. Check out their website up there, yajujudah.com. That's how you get in contact with them.
I'm gonna post that on my Snapchat now.
All right, bro.
Kane Capone 89. That's my Snapchat.
Okay.
All right, bro. Bless up.
Peace.
Man, you're back in the house, huh, bro?
Yeah. Back for some more of your understanding, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. What's up to you?
Not much, man. I hope you all right over there. I'm studying the Bible, right? So I'm oversighting it.
I got you.
What's your thoughts on the two witnesses?
Well, yeah, those are Christ and those that's witness Christ. That's the 144 in the Lamb. That's why it says you have to take up your cross to follow Christ. So these are the people that's going to be crucified, which is, again, spiritually dead to the world, but at the same time, they're going to be tormenting the world. You know, so that's what the two witnesses represent.
So what's your thoughts on the rapture?
That's that those who are called up to Mount Zion, which is the highest mountain, the highest way of understanding. That's why I always talk about the high school. So that's the rapture. But to be called up, you got to accept the truth.
So it's either one or two ways, and I'm hearing you, but it's either one or two ways that was ever taught or spoke of in the church that the two witnesses return after the rapture, right, or before the rapture.
Well, the two witnesses is the rapture. You know, these are those that's raptured up. That's why they pick up their cross. You know, and like I said, that's the way the lie is told. It really contradicts the truth in so many ways, and that's why a lot of people reject the truth. But yeah, the two witnesses is those that bring the rapture.
Yeah, so because that's where the confliction comes in. You know what I mean? Not even the confliction of religion, just of man. So we try to understand these things to the best of our abilities. So this is why we ask those questions. So because it says one of them, you can't touch them. You know what I mean? And they can breathe. I believe, if I'm quoting it right, fire out their mouth. Which leads me to I think it was either Peter or Paul, but I think it was Peter, when God threw fireballs out to heaven in the regard of them.
Yeah, you know, that just it says the word of God is like fire.
So in my mind state, I'm like, well, maybe the two witnesses are Moses and Peter that'll return.
Well, that's why in Revelations, it say in Revelations, you got to understand that it talks about Christ as the faithful witness. So Christ is the one that brings the second witnesses, which is those who recognize the faithful witness. Because you notice right now, this is why the scriptures say God hate a false witness. Everybody that's talking about Christ is a false witness to Christ. But the faithful witness is Christ. So Christ is a witness, the faithful witness. But see, we don't attack it because, like I said, we don't understand what the two witnesses even represent.
Right, I can dig it. That's what, you know.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. So in the storyline itself, though, I believe it gives us the impression that the two witnesses will return before Christ returns.
Well, yeah, correct. Yeah, it's like I said, based off the lie, yeah, and that's what you will perceive. People look at the witnesses like Christ not one of them, and of course that's the only, you know, because it don't say Christ, so that can't be Christ. You see what I'm saying? But if you understood the storyline, you know, of what it's really trying to say, which is why I have this title up here. That's the whole reason why you know. And again, this is what you'll be leaning to your thoughts. And this is why the Bible say don't lean to your thoughts. You see what I'm saying? Because the Bible has nothing to do with your thoughts. It has everything to do with God's will.
Okay.
You know? And see, these are the basic instructions that we don't follow. We actually skip over the basics and we go straight to high school. Oh yeah, man. See them two witnesses right there. They gonna do this. They gonna be before Christ. All that's leaning to your thoughts. You see what I'm saying? That's what we have been taught to do these things.
Because it doesn't say that technically in the Bible that these two witnesses will appear before Christ. There's no scripture that that's in the Bible that lets us know that these two witnesses will appear on earth before Christ does?
Nope. No scripture.
So I've heard you talk about the lies before, but I want to see if I can get a little bit of clarity about something that I got that's holding on to me. So do you believe, or do you know, or what's your rendition on Satan as returning or coming to us in a physical?
Well, yeah, that's why the devil was in disguise as an angel. Satan is the deception that's in the man and woman that teaches the deception. So that's what Satan is.
So Satan is not one individual being.
No.
So when it talks about the son of perdition, who is the son of perdition?
The son that was predicted to be born at the same time that the Jacob was born, that the Christ is born. That's why you have the Esau and Jacob. It was already predicted that two nations was going to be in the womb. That's why you have the Esau and Jacob story.
So who are these? So
these
in your wordplay, who are Esau and Jacob?
These would be the Hebrew counts. Really, because like I say, right when I got mine on it, the Hebrew counts blew up. You see what I'm saying? And these would be described the Pharisees, and that's why I say most of my battles is with the Hebrew Israelites. You see what I'm saying? Because these are the people that's professing to be the mighty men of war. These are the people that's professing to gather the people from the four corners of the earth. Even the pastor wasn't even doing that. You see what I'm saying? So when these people stood up, damn near at the same time my anointment began, they was predicted to do the things that they was gonna do. So that's the son of prediction.
So the 3.5 years that was ruled by the first, and then the 3.5 years that was ruled by the second, which was supposed to be the son of perdition. I'll just go even further and say Satan ruled 3.5 years, and then the son of perdition came and ruled 3.5 years afterwards. And then that would be the moment that we know that Christ arrives. And that should be playing in ordinance of all that takes place after the rapture.
No, because the rapture is just a sample of Christ raising people up and then like removing them from the lie and bringing them to Mount Zion. All this was going to be happening in them 3 days. And once that number is fulfilled, then you have, the government of God, the governing body of God, to proceed with taking the kingdom back. And this is why, the Son of Man will rise on 3.5 days, 3 days, the beginning, the middle, and the end.
So if I'm getting this correct, and sometimes I'll be the first to say it, I could be a little slow with it sometimes because I'm trying to get my bearings together. But if what you're saying is correct, then we'll never have a visit from an authority figure that rules the world. And if you speak about Christ, you either bowing down to that authority figure, or you getting your head chopped off, or and we'll never have that time period where that authoritative figure rules towards the in the last of the days before Christ returns. Because if it's ruling in the last days before Christ returns, then that means that these politics that we've been standing up under for the last however many years are not the same entity, because nobody physically getting their head chopped off at this moment in our land where we lay our head. I can't speak about nowhere else because I ain't nowhere else, but in our land, nobody's physically getting their heads chopped off for or you could use it a metaphor and say in metaphorical forms, but I'm thinking more of a physical form, because the rulership was supposed to be so bad, so evil, so wicked, and so twisted that either you go accept the mark, or you gonna lose your head and shoulders.
Well, yeah, it's like, but that's why I say, man, we gotta understand the Bible, man, was written strictly by us, bro. So when we say off with your head,
so it's metaphorical.
Because your tongue is a sword.
True.
So I'm in heads I've been chopped off.
True. So it's all so it's all a play on metaphorical words. So let me ask you this question.
It's our book. Okay. I just want to focus. You gotta think about the rappers right now.
Yeah.
If you start reading the raps that the rappers write, most people wouldn't even get it.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, it was just like the early 70s. You know what I'm saying? They jive talk. You know what I mean? If you ain't speak jive, you ain't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? I get that aspect. I really do. I'm with you. I follow you on that. I follow you on that. I get that. So my question is with your thoughts, if you could rate it in a percentile manner, how much of the book is metaphorical and how much of the book is fact, or in layman terms?
Well, I would have to say, man, almost about an 80-20.
And the 20.
I never even read the whole book. So to be like I said, to really be honest, me knowing the prophecy, like now, of course I read majority of the Bible. I read a lot of the Bible, but I never really read the whole book. Like the books like Samuel, 1 Samuel, all the Chronicles, you know, I don't read a few, but like I said, I just never skimmed through it. And like, so you do have a small percentage of the history of what our forefathers did. But the Bible tell you, if you want to know more, go get this book. So the Bible tell you to go get other books. So the Bible is not even really trying to touch on history or nothing factual according to history. It's just trying to show you the fall of man and the rise of man. So the only reason why I use history or things that our forefathers did is to show you how they failed. And then it show you how we gonna rise. That's all the Bible is really for. This is why they took so many books out. Because they wanted to create his history story that they was gonna create. Because the whole book is allegory.
So that was my next thing to say. And if you hear me saying so or something like that, I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm just trying to catch up with my thought process. So that leads into my next alignment of or segue of questions, if you will. What is your outtake on the book of Enoch?
Oh, great book. I love the book. You know, Enoch got 3 books. So yeah, I definitely touch on the book. I don't touch on a lot like I used to, but I have a few breakdowns on my YouTube with the book of Enoch.
Is that like the same as what the Bible has in it? A lot of it is allegory.
Oh, most definitely. That's why the good thing about the book of Enoch, in the first chapter, in the first 3 verses, it tells you everything that I'm finna give you is for a remote generation. It's not for this generation. It tells you that in the first chapter.
It says it's for a remote generation, meaning
a generation that was gonna be turned on by God.
Okay.
So everything that Enoch talking about, you won't put it in his historical time. You'll put it in a vision as something that was going to happen, or something that was to come to happen. And you know,
so needless to say, the English language is not our which I'm sure a lot of us know, but I'm just trying to make a point. It's not our true tongue.
Anything can be our true tongue, but when we put it on paper, that's when it becomes a spell. See, Africans didn't spell their words. We don't spell our words now. Ain't no spelling for the words we use in Project English. Ain't no dictionary for it. We understand it, so it ain't no spell on it. The spell is when it get put on paper. So we're under English spell because we put it on paper. That's why we deal with a spoken word. I might not be able to spell nothing you told me, but I understand everything you said.
True. Facts. I can dig it.
You know, so that's really where the spell come in with the English tongue, because you can see we got our own language in English. So we ain't tripping. You can put us in French. We're gonna make our own English, our own French. You know, so like I said, it ain't really about the language, it's about what the paper, the pen.
So, in your interpretation of wrath, what would you symbolize that in?
The fire that's tormenting people, the information that's tormenting people. You know, because of the lies that they have said to the world. Because the truth is a conqueror. So it's almost like you standing behind a door while force keep pushing, and now you getting tired and sweat because this force ain't letting up. This force is not losing strength. You losing strength, but the force is not. That's the wrath of God.
So are you, if I can ask you a personal question, are you angry or distraught or or feel a discomfort on the things that have been done to our people, or better yet, your people?
Well, the more and more, man, I really look into it and consider a lot of things. I would say I'm more angry. I'm more passionate because I know these things have to get done, but when you understand why they was done, that anger kind of rub off a little bit. Now, of course, I don't like it. I definitely didn't agree with it. I don't respect it, but I don't have I had a lot of more anger in the beginning. Like, far as the anger, no, that's now, it's all about understanding. So now I understand why these things happen to us. I understand why we're in this condition. So now I become passionate to want to fix it.
So did your understanding come from gaining the knowledge, or accepting the fact that there was some things that happened some time ago that led people away from God, or our people specifically away from God? So now we're in a punishment, sort of say, shape, form of process of being processed.
Correct.
So in man-made terms, or man-made words, it's a generational curse that we are stuck up under.
Correct. That's why I say you gotta be very passionate to break it. You can't be angry. Being angry is not gonna break the curse.
It reminds me of a Tupac verse, wise words being spoke. Okay, I can dig it. So that's a long time. That's a real long time punishment that God done placed upon the people.
Well, that's another lie. The 400 years is a measurement and not actual time. Like,
can you explain that?
That's why when I talk about the Solomonic dynasty and the African kings that was here in the 1800s, there was many African kings. African kings now. Now, of course, Africa has been, now in today's time, it has been totally colonized. But you're talking about in the early 1800s, Africa wasn't colonized like that. Now, it was beginning to be colonized, but so they just ain't had us in no captivity for 400 years.
So what's your outtake on science? Do you embellish or relish in scientific discoveries, or what the man may call facts?
Well, no. Science is the study of God. So you have, that's like the lie. You have you got half of the truth. So science is like half of the truth.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't really, science has nothing to do with God. God is a direction. God is a principle that was here way before science.
I can dig it.
So
I can dig it. Here's the thing. Like, does God exist in my eyes? Absolutely. There is definitely a creator. If we take man out the equation and just look at the planet and animals, like the complications of what it took to structure this thing, how everything works in concordance with one another, is insane. Mm-hmm. I think we have a problem with the deception of man as people, because of how man treats one another, and not taking nobody out of the equation, because all men can be wicked, and you can go to the gas station and get popped in the head by somebody that look just like you. You know what I mean? And you've done no wrong to this individual. So all men can be wicked. Right. So I think we get our life lessons teach us different than what individuals try to feed us or pump us. And I think that we need to take those life lessons. It's like you street smart and you book smart. You can be both, but you know when to implement one over the other. It's like, you know for sure, if you're in a room full of a bunch of your people or a bunch of people and one cat break off running and the rest of them do, you don't ask no questions, you take off running, right? Mm-hmm. So you know what I'm saying? It's sort of that effect. So I believe a lot of I think, or maybe I'm projecting my own thought, but for a lot of individuals, it's more than what you talk. It's what you walk. Not saying that you're not walking your walk, but to a lot of people is are you getting to that finish line? You know what I mean? We can, like you was just talking to the gentleman, maybe 2 or 3 seats before myself, and you was explaining, you got to reach out and talk to everybody who like rappers and all that, who put us on the streets, who give us these what I would call curses and lies and deceptions to further destroy our brothers and sisters in this wicked trend that we're living in these days. And I think you have to become a certain maturity level to understand that a lot of that just is barbaric. It ain't what it was, you know? So, and then you come along and we see you and you say you the Christ and you run titles across the screen that say only Christ can teach the Bible. But then you'll make a statement to say, let every man be a liar. What I've learned in my time here on this planet is, I don't know what the reason is, I don't know why it is, but there always has to be a little bit of truth inside of a lie. Or there's always a little bit of lie inside of a truth.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, you say what?
It can never be the lie with the truth. That's why the lie is half of the truth. The truth is nothing but the whole truth. So there's no lies in the whole truth. And see, that's why you have to use the term where there's always some truth in the lie. Because the lies are nothing but half of the truth.
Okay, I can dig it. That makes sense to me as well. I'm not here to denote that. But what I'm saying is works are, I deal with real estate, right? Mm-hmm. I buy a house, it could be completely gutted. I mean, no windows, no drywall, sheetrock, floors, whatever anybody may call it, sinks, toilets, tubs. And I'll put it all together, bring it all back together like Humpty Dumpty, and now it's a finished product and I can sell it. There always has to be a finished and complete project in order for you to get the most value out of that project that you're working on. Can we agree with that?
Correct.
So when you say, when I hear people come up and they be like, yeah, well, you ain't the Christ, or, you doing what every other pastor doing, and your rebuttal is, yeah, well, how many people judge in the Roman Catholic Church? We know not a lot of those pastors. We know none of the pastors. I won't even say a lot, because we understand it. Well, some of us understand that in order to hold a congregation, in order to hold a church and to gain tax exemptions, you got to be following some certain kind of laws. And we should know by now. We should know by now that, Rome ain't dead. You know what I'm saying? it may have changed a place or a face, but it's not dead. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Rome ain't dead. Rome still is Rome. And we know this. And we know this to be true. We know this to be fallible. So you may be doing something outside of what everyone else is doing, but the complete product. Where's the complete product? Where's the I came in this house, and when I came in this house, it didn't have any floorboards. Now I got floorboards. I came in this house, it didn't have any drywall or any sheetrock up on the wall. Now it's got drywall and sheetrock up on the wall. I came in this house and didn't have a sink or a toilet. Now it's got a sink and a toilet. It's not almost complete. I mean, it's almost complete, but it's not complete. Where's your of standpoint of I got these things in order outside of go to the website and sign the declaration? Has there been any accomplishments inside of that itself that that people can see, touch, smell, or taste?
Well, that's why I say the second, the finishing product is for the second resurrection. That's why everybody is a part of the second resurrection and few are a part of the first. You know, so people who are part of the first and have accepted this, they see the formation, they see the growing, you know, they get the mysteries of why things look the way it's look. For instance, when you're building a house, you know, you see a lot of the person that's going to buy the house, when they come there, they'll be like, oh, I don't like the way this looks. But the people that's building, they'll be like, well, man, we got to do this. Hey,
Right.
sir, we got to do this.
All right.
You know, so we got to cut this down because this got to be put here now. So it's a lot of the inner structure that's really being built to finalize so that's going to be sold to everybody. Because once it's finalized, it's sold to everybody, and that's the second resurrection.
So unless, and I'm trying to see if I can put this where it makes sense, not just makes sense, but it's not contradicting. So unless you own the team that's building said house or fixing said house, you may not be able to recognize what the finished product is going to be.
Well, it's not really you're gonna recognize it, but you might not see the beauty of what's being built.
Might not have the apple with the backsplash go be over the kitchen sink, but
yeah.
Right.
So stuff is gonna be sold again, and that's why we have the second resurrection. That's when everybody gonna see it because it's all gonna be finished. It's all gonna be beautified. All the work gonna be done. You know. But right now, it's a lot of framework being done. It's a lot of foundation work. You know, what really right now is the framework. The foundation has been set already.
So would you say, and I'm asking because I'm curious, and not to put words in your mouth or to make speculations, is purely out of curiosity for myself, not even whoever else is in this chat room or typing and talking. Would you say that I damn near lost my train of thought. Would you say that that you have an experience or that you're gaining an experience on building a government?
I would say both, because mine is not really my experience. I'm in a position where I make all the connections. I'm in a position where I form the body. And with the body of my people, I'm going to have people who have experience. I'm going to have people who have qualifications. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I get what you're going. So you looking for people with qualifications. So you accepting resumes.
well, yeah, that's the whole thing about me sending out my angels to gather. I have to gather the qualified body. So a lot of people when they say I'm Christ, they're like, oh, Christ, I just sat back and Christ gonna do everything. I'm the head of the body. So I'm the one that get the members together and connect them all to form this body, which is the governing body of many members. So I'm gonna have many qualified, people around me to really build the government part.
Because we are man, we are flesh, we are blood, and man has their own tendencies. And like I said, you could be street smart, you could be book smart, but at the bottom line, man is man. If let's say, for instance, you got this government, you up and running, and I would assume that your government body governs the entire world. Is that correct, or just part of it?
No, we're the uniform code for the entire world.
Okay, so you governing the entire world.
Yeah.
Do you expect for there to be Judas inside your government?
No.
No?
Nope.
That's bold, y'all. That's bold. You got that much faith in man?
Like this.
You got that much faith in man?
The thing about it is we live in a world where we have seen what evil does. Evil don't want to be evil no more.
I can't believe that.
Okay,
I think it's there's not a.
This world, when you do evil, you create. It's like a ripple effect, or what goes around comes around. A lot of wars right now are going on because of what somebody had done, right?
True.
And the kid grow older. Some happened to my family, some happened to my country, and now I want to get back, right?
True. Facts.
So when the world is working together, there's no get back. Now, of course, we're gonna have stipulations for Judases. I'm not saying that, but it will be no need. Right now, it's a bunch of what's going on because of greed. Once the score is settled, it won't, because who you gonna be working with? You almost gonna have to form your own alliance outside of all the governments in the world. Like right now, you got crooked governments.
True.
See what I'm saying? So people are able to form these alliances if they get with this government. But right now, the world gonna be working together. The world is not working together. It's a lot of secrets. It's a lot of lies. So that's what's creating a lot of what we see. But once ain't no more secrets, the world is working together. Everybody in unity. It won't really be no need for Judas. But at the same time, stipulations all will be put in just in case. Like you said, we are man at the end of the day. But it won't be no need.
I don't know. I see a lot of evil. I see a lot of evil things on a day-to-day basis. It's like you can't run from it because it's always right around the corner or walking up in your face. My experience is that man is the definition of evil, whether it be a little bit of it or a lot of it. It still lies dormant, and one could even go as far as says it still lies dormant inside in each and every one of us. And I believe that's where, or I think, or like that's where individuals get the hope that God will separate that those two spirits. Let me ask you this: let me ask you this question? Do you believe that that evil thing is a spirit?
Well, yeah. Like most people do things because of money. That's why I say money is one of the roots of all evil. Because most evil people is doing something, or what we call evil, is doing it for money. They put some kind of plot together to get rich. So this is where a lot of the wrongdoing is coming from. It's to get ahead. Because we live in a world of capitalism. So you take away the capitalism, you remove a lot of the petty crimes. They got countries right now that don't have no crime.
So your plan is to feed the world and everybody be on the same playing field, where poverty no longer exists, and wealth is in an abundance for the masses. Well, not just the masses, everybody in the world.
Well, yeah, it's not really abundance. It's capable of making it. Like, everybody should be set a limit. Everybody should be given everything they need. Now, if you want extra, that's when your skills come in. But everything you need, you will have if you are part of this world as a human being. You know, you need a house, you're going to be provided a house. You ain't going to have to worry about that. You see what I'm saying? Because things also should be set up. Just like we pay taxes to the government, that's cool if the government is taking care of us. So the government they doing it on a small scale. They provide housing for women. They provide food stamps. They do all these things. They could do it on a way larger scale than they do it on. So if everybody needs, nobody's worried about taking. So it's the doggy world that we living in again that's creating a lot of things. So when I say when this is removed and everybody is capable of having, then of course you're gonna have different classes because you're gonna have different skills. You see, but at the same time, everybody is provided their basic necessities. Well, they don't even have to worry about it. They already provided.
I can dig it. That's a beautiful concept. So we have people in place in this world that we're living in right now that we as a population like to utilize as or call some sort of power structure or people in charge, or it's going all the way back to, like I spoke about the early 70s, that we call the man. And these people and these families have been in power for generations. You don't feel as if these people will be reluctant to relinquish their power without a struggle?
Well, man, I think that's why, and I know this is something we all kind of fear, but I think Russia did a whole wake-up call for a lot of us.
Yeah, I could dig it when he let it be known.
Yeah, so Black Christ mean a lot to other nations.
I mean, there was, but that's that's been not to that mass, but it's been done before, but not to that degree, but maybe just whispers of, or maybe even folk tales of. And there was another dictator who quoted, upon the return of Elohim, he will be furious at America for what they have done to his precious jewels.
Oh yeah. That was I think that was the president of Egypt. I think
it was Hitler.
Oh yeah, Hitler. Oh yeah. The world gonna find out. World War III gonna happen. But like I said, but that's something like. That was a quote, but like you said,
like I say, to a small degree.
Yeah. That erased that so quick. We didn't learn that to about 2015, 2014.
Word up. But that's the thing. That's the thing when you're dealing with truth. I believe you can bury the truth, but it will always come to light.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
It'll always come to light. So. Anybody who displaying the role of a non-integrity or a lie, it will eventually surface to the light. It's just the way it is. You can bury a seed in the ground and that seed go fight its way out the ground and come to the light. It's just the way that God made it be. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. Because if you ask me, he the perfect scientist. So that's just the law, I believe myself.
Yeah.
So
So when you talk about other nations, that man, they waiting on us to come together.
us specifically as a race.
Yeah, specifically us. They waiting on us because they know what we mean. They like.
So let me ask you this question, and I don't mean to cut you off, but let me, because this has been on me for a second. So they waiting on us to come together, right? And I believe that is, I think that's a possibility as well. And then I try to dissect it and break it down with my own interpretation, of course, because that's all I got is my own mind to go off of when I'm coming up with these renditions of solutions. They waiting on us to come together. We bickering and fighting amongst one another. But more than that, we protecting something. And that individual that we protecting is that same individual that got us enslaved. But that same individual that got us enslaved, according to the book, is ordained to do so because of what we have not been doing by the Lord. So we coming up against the Lord still, or are we technically protecting the Lord's wishes and grants by having us in this position, by still protecting the individuals that have us cast away and locked inside of these mental and some forms and shapes, chains and bars?
Well, like I said,
are we protecting the white man?
Well, no, we protecting our imaginations that's been given to us by the white man. Because, like I said, I was saying earlier, like they took God's picture and put it in motion. They put it on television. And they caused us to have imaginations about what God's prophecy really is, or what God has already done. And that's what we really protected. Because we can't protect the white man. We can't do that. We don't even have that power. We can't protect ourselves.
When was the Bible issued?
The Bible,
like 1657 or something like that.
No. The Bible was issued, man, passed out to the world. I would say 1900, somewhere in the late 1800s, 1900s.
What was our? So
I just want to say that in the 80s, they wasn't even giving us a full Bible. They was giving us just the New Testament.
I could dig it. Yeah, I could dig it. I'm up on it. So, the Old Testament existed, but it wasn't in I don't think, and I could be wrong because I'm not perfect, but I don't think it was in the magnitude of what it is now. But in the 1800s, some shape, form of spiritual religion, whatever perspective you may call it in, of God was reiterated back into the earth. Before that, when we fell out of whatever people may call it, frequency, or just disobeying the laws of God, where did that information come from for the people, and enough of it, because it's pre-internet and all that, there's so many different languages going on around the world. Where did that information come from beforehand, pre-Bible?
Well, it came from Ethiopia. It was
Ethiopia spread it across the world.
No, they stole it. They stole the scrolls in 1868.
No. Here, let me rephrase what I'm saying, because maybe I'm not.
Hold on, I gotta take a leak.
Okay.
Well, I can hear you though.
So I guess what I'm saying is right now Christ is on the earth and he's speaking the new gospel. Christ on the earth, he's speaking the new gospel. But before Christ got to earth, I don't know what year you was born in, But before you was born, we had the Bible. And we was all trying to figure out or learn or being taught what's being said in the Bible. Before the 1800s, before the Bible hit mainstream population stream, how did everybody in the world get the word of God?
Well, they got it from the Roman Catholic Church, print press, by them printing it out and passing it out. Nobody gave the Bible to the world except the Roman Catholic Church.
So when did we fall out of God's will? When did we stop? When did we start worshiping engraven idols and not giving God his due respect that he is the one and only, or it is the one and only, I don't want to offend anybody, Spirit, Lord, and Master?
Well, that's why you have the Moses story. Moses represents the high priest that God raised up to bring them out of Egypt. But they didn't listen to Moses, as it tell you. So by not listening to Moses, Moses prophesied that we was going to be taken on ships and be scattered all over the world and be bond men. So now we are the bond men and bond women. We bonded to these contracts. You can't leave the country. Most of us can't. If we do leave, you got to hurry up and come back because of the bond that we have with America or with the Roman Catholic Church and our birth certificate. It's a
fine. I get it. So Moses was the source.
Well,
so
Moses was the source.
So Moses spread the word across the entire world.
No. Moses didn't spread the word. No. The word didn't get spread till after it was stolen, because the Bible was never supposed to be spread. So the Bible was stolen and then spread to the world.
Okay, so let's just play devil's advocate. Maybe that's a bad term to use, but let's do that anyway. Let's play devil's advocate. Okay, you in Egypt. You rocking with Moses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in North America, in Detroit, Michigan today. I don't know nothing about Moses or what Moses got going on, because I don't know nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
So that pop off over there, but I'm still your kinfolk. So because you ain't listening to Moses because you sitting there right next to him, and I'm somewhere over in North America, posted up in Detroit, smoking my peace pipe. I don't get the word, but I still have to suffer for you not having the word and not obeying the word, because you said Moses didn't spread it across the world.
Correct, because Moses was only talking to the people. The Bible was only in one region. The Bible wasn't when we got scattered. That's when, again, we were scattered all over the world.
Oh, so we was only in one region. We was never all across the world. So we was only in one region.
Well, the Bible was only in one region.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so that's why I say when they say we were scattered, these things you really can't. I can't say that. I can't say we was over here because this was considered a new land. I know a lot of people say that. I can't say that. I can't say we wasn't over here. These things that no man really can say.
I'm just trying to understand if the punishment fit the crime. That's all I'm trying to figure out.
I got you. Well, you got to think about this. If you part of a certain family,
right?
Like if they destroying lions, they got lions in America, they got lions in Africa, they got lions in South America, they got lions in South America.
Right.
So if the curse is on the lion, no matter where the lions are at, they gonna be attacked. So it's more like that. It could be a lion that started it way over there in Australia. But since you look like a lion, the curse is on you also. If you way over in America.
That's that's heavy. That's really heavy.
Wait.
Okay, that's like today. Your cousin did some dirt, but you get popped for it.
Yeah, the shit, you look like your cousin, you hang with him. Yeah, that comes with the territory. So that's why I say, so if people hunt lions and since your cousin got popped and he did it, he put rage
get somebody else, they're gonna say, I'm finna get all of them.
Have you ever heard anybody say to you or debate against you, or, and I'm just, because I've heard, I'm pretty old, you know what I mean? Have you ever heard anybody say to you or make a statement to you that God is not what we think God is, or who we project God to be in a standpoint, and maybe has just been used to, as others have throughout the time of history, to enslave and keep people mentally and physically in bondage in order for the will of man to be done?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why they put God in the sky, so they could do the Pope. The Pope power is in us believing Christ came 2,000 years ago. You do know how much power that gives the Pope? That's why right now the Pope has apologized. The Pope never announced to the world that they apologized for colonizing the whole world.
Which Pope did that?
Pope Francis.
The standing Pope as it is?
Apologizing for colonizing the whole world with the doctrine of discovery.
So if that's the case, for that apology being for that apology being handed out, where's the breakdown of the action at from the church?
Well, we the people, you gotta understand, Christ come talking to the people who they lied to. They lied to you for a reason. So when Christ come talking to you, you won't come to him. This is the lie. So if Christ don't have nobody, they don't have nobody to get a government over to. Who they gonna give it to? Me? You know what I'm saying? And then when they give it to me, everybody gonna come running to me. So they gotta have a body of administrators to give the government over to, or they gonna continue to run the world.
So they gonna continue to run the world. They continue to run the world as wicked as it is right now, without them trying to illustrate any change over it, even after Pope Francis apologized for what it is that they did with the Bible and Christianity and Judaism and whatever else it was that they utilized their tools to hold deception over the world. You make an apology, but you don't do no actions towards it. Is the apology sincere?
No, because we the action. They not gonna do nothing. We the action. We are the action. See, even though we don't believe in Jesus, we still got the Jesus syndrome. Well, they apologize. What they gonna do? Hell no. What we gonna do? What we gonna do if they just apologize for colonizing? What we gonna do? We gonna sit back on TV and wait for them to make another news announcement?
I agree. I agree with that.
Because psychological, they got especially us, waiting for Jesus to do it. Even though we say he ain't coming back, but we not doing nothing. We are part of the system. We riding the system. We chilling. We comfortable in the bed.
I agree with that 100%. I don't even disagree with it. That ain't even an argument or a speculation. I always have the mind frame of what it is that we're going to do as a society, or a people inside of a society. But
the first thing we got to do is unify.
True.
We have no unity and we have no leadership.
True, but I also know that man is wicked, and inside of, even if we all, as a race of people, stood up arm by arm, now we got to deal with the wicked. And
no, that's what I already did. I already exposed the wicked ones. You see what I'm saying? That's
exposing the wicked people and dealing with the wicked people are two totally totally different entities. I can say that's the nigga that popped Lil Ronnie, but if I don't go pop that nigga Lil Ronnie, that nigga that popped Lil Ronnie, I ain't doing nothing but exposing him. I'm not doing nothing about it. Those are two different separate things. You can expose somebody, and then you can wait on people to unify. Well, no, but Little Ronnie, but Little Ronnie ain't go just. But the nigga that popped Lil Ronnie might not go down without a fight.
Well, correct. That's what I'm saying. But we not waiting. Stuff is being set up. That's what we gotta understand. Stuff is being set up, bro. But the thing about it is, it's only for those who are willing to do the work. It's not for those to really know how the work is being done. Like when the work is done, everybody gonna come, but only the workers come first. And that's really all. That's really all the truth is. Like that's really all. The calling is for the few workers to do the work. What everybody gonna see, and everybody gonna see the work that's being done in the earth.
So how do you get the mind frame out of people's head that God ain't gonna come back and swing his sword and chop off heads in a physical form and it be just done and it just be done by the tongue? Because we've had a lot. I won't say a lot, but we've had a nice handful of individuals who have tried to utilize their words to unify us as a people, and who have fell to the sword of thy enemy. You know, I can name some cats off specifically, you know, if need be necessary. But I believe we all know who they are, from our Garveys to our Malcolm X's to our
You gotta understand, these people did not have what's being said today.
I understand. I can dig that. I can dig that.
You know, Malcolm X was a Muslim, so he found out some things that made him separate. You know, you got your Martin Luther Kings. He was in a fraternity. He was lost.
True.
So now the only real one was Marcus Garvey.
I can dig it.
You know, because Marcus Garvey was finna create a whole new nation outside of his nation, and that's why they really didn't get rid of him, because Marcus Garvey didn't have no weapons. Marcus Garvey wasn't trying to fit in with
there
this
we
society.
go.
You know,
there we go. But
he was moving from the side, and the only reason why they might have didn't kill him because they could send him home. They couldn't send Malcolm X nowhere. They couldn't send Martin Luther King nowhere. They couldn't send a lot of other people that was born on American soil. They couldn't send them nowhere. They didn't have that jurisdiction. But like I said, when you talk about this, brother, this is a different kind of awakening this time, man. Like Marcus Garvey couldn't talk to the world. Martin Luther King couldn't talk to the world. You know, right now we can actually speak to the world on a whole different level. You know, they had to televise, you know, Martin Luther King.
Right, yeah, I get you. I follow you.
This at this time, man. So like I say, it's a different generation. It's a different minds. It's different ears. It's different understanding. It's different technology. So all these things give us a way advanced than what we think.
Yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it.
And that's why I say once the gospel is preached, the end will come. That's the prophecy. So something gonna be said, and that's the truth. The only thing conquers all the lies is the truth, because all lies got the truth in it. That's why it's gonna conquer.
So you truly and honestly believe, and this is without trying to put you on blast, I just don't have any other way to ask the question without being direct, I guess. So you truly have a plan, I'll say, that entails God's people, your people, the ones that's scattered across the earth, the four corners, to come together, unite, and form one nation. I guess that's what it is, forming a nation, one nation, which is a whole nother entity inside itself and a whole nother conversation inside itself as well, without any physical backlash or backlash from individuals who standing in power right now today.
But brother, man, you gotta understand, if this movement connect with Russia, and Russia tell the whole world he's staying with us, and then China say they stand with us, majority do what? Rule, right?
Yeah, but that
okay, so this what you gotta understand. Majority
yeah.
of the nations, hold up. Majority of the nations already stand with Christ. We don't know this. They don't stand with the Christ in the sky. They stand with the real Christ. They know the prophecy. We don't. You see what I'm saying? This is why people like Hitler and these people in high positions back then, they knew these things. We don't.
But I think it's unfair. I think it's unfair.
I just want to hear me out. You don't know how many nations already is with Christ.
I could dig that.
But you know who's not with Christ? the people who Christ's supposed to take with him.
I understand that. I get that. I get that. And you can even point the finger and say that I'm one of them individuals if you choose to do so. I understand the ramifications of that. But where I'm going is that truth is truth. Period.
Correct.
Human beings are human beings. Period. It's been a long history of man and their actions. God don't change not one day. He always the same. I've heard you say this many times before as well. Always the same. He don't change. He stick to the same script. So for people to have a belief or a fallacy belief that there will not be bloodshed in the name of God, yet once again, is just another lie.
Well, brother, I don't know about you, but I see bloodshed.
Okay.
So I don't know. I like when this is revealed, the bloodshed is over. Like it is bloodshed. Like all the wars, all the killings, all this is because of the lie that's in earth. So
yeah, I can dig it.
Bloodshed, but at the same time, the transition is not going to be because it's going to be an understanding. And like I say, Russia is a prime example. Matter of fact, Queen Victoria says she'll love to see the day when the Son of God on earth. I mean, Queen Victoria. So we don't understand the magnitude, and that's why I say even I had to understand this. We don't look at Christ in the right perspective. See, we don't even know the magnitude of the truth in the right perspective. That's why Christ is a snake on a pole. So all hospitals got what? A snake on a pole, right?
Yeah.
So the truth is that much powerful and that much healing to all nations, no matter what creed or color you is. So when this truth is revealed, it's gonna bring so much healing. The weapons gonna be put down, bro. There's no more war. This is a religious war that caused all this bloodshed. We don't know this, but once they stole the scrolls, they created a religious war. And we've been fighting this religious war for the last 150 years.
So let's backtrack to that. Once they stole the scrolls, it was a religious war. So it wasn't war before the scrolls were stolen?
Not many. No, it wasn't. That's why the world wars happened in the 1900s. Nations wasn't warring like that. Guns and bombs created a whole different kind of war.
Everything outside of guns and bombs was a local disagreement amongst nations then.
I don't know. What you mean was a local disagreement amongst nations?
They was other nations did okay. How do I want to? Because I don't want to. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to use my words carefully. So there was no war until the scrolls were stolen, is what you're saying. There was no war amongst people until after the scrolls were stolen from Ethiopia.
Well, like I say, the religious war was the beginning of the stealing of the scrolls. So I'm not saying we wasn't warring with that, but it wasn't no nations warring with one another. You see what I'm saying? Until the finding out of the scrolls and them going to Ethiopia, taking these things, doing it in the name of God, taking power in the name of God, and taking authority over all nations using the modernized technology. The steamboats allow nations to travel. Without the steamboats, nations just can get on the boat and say, I'm finna go over here. So it's the modern technology that created these modern wars that we know about. In the 1600s, there wasn't no nations warring with one another. And matter of fact, when you watch the movie, and I know it's a movie, but it's a key word he said. It was an African nation that never warred. It was the Saka Zulu movie. He said, we never warred with anybody. Why are we fighting now? But guns had been introduced. So I'm saying, so like back then, war was just I'm the strongest. If I show I'm the strongest, everybody submit. That was kind of like a rap battle. It wasn't no just war where you kill a man like that. No, guns start really doing that kind of war. And that's when all these wars really kicked off. Before that, it wasn't nation warring with nation. It hasn't always been here like this.
Okay. All right. So at the end of the day, everybody just go is peace and love, Christ here. Ain't nobody go dispute it. Ain't nobody go beef over it. Ain't nobody go drop no bombs. Ain't nobody go send no ships. Cause Christ here. If that's the case, Putin has already given the world Putin's rendition of who he believed Christ is. Hell, Putin putting it down in his territory with people accepting it and rejecting it. So
but they don't understand it. You can give somebody something if they don't understand it. It's of no void.
So if Putin hit you up right now on the phone and was like, Yaju Judah, I heard you to Christ. Prove it to me.
I ain't gonna have to prove it because he ain't gonna call me unless he know.
I'm just saying, hypothetically, if Putin's like, hey dog, hey Putin, Christ in the ATL, cuz. Let's go holler at him.
You gotta look at it like this, man. That's when I bring forth certain witnesses. Like witnesses make people understand who Christ is. Like right now, we read the Bible. Christ ain't got no book. You read the witnesses of Christ's stories.
True.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the same way how it's gonna be at that time. The witnesses gonna let the world know who Christ is.
So it's gonna be the people that put the Christ in power.
Yeah.
So you asking the people to put you in power.
It's not really asking. You know, it's because they're not gonna put me in power. They're gonna help the people recognize who I am.
It's the same thing when you're running a campaign.
Well, yeah, that's why I say, I'm the elect one of God.
Okay. So you the new chief, and we the people, and we all standing right in front of you right now. What you got for us? For us to elect you into power.
What I got for you?
Yeah, that's how people think. That's when you listen.
You got to understand. I'm the one that put my life down for my people.
I can dig it.
Doing many other things. I'm not no TikTok. I'm not up here for views. I'm not up here entertaining. I'm not up here clowning.
I'm not trying to clown you.
No. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying like my sacrifice is what I have for the people. Yeah, I actually laid my life down to do what I do. That's why you always see me. That's why I feel last years people have seen me stand dedicated to making sure my people get the truth and mark the service of God that's gonna help me govern the world. That's all I've been doing. That's what I dedicated my life to.
That's respectful and honorable, and I'm not denoting your contribution to the world and how you contribute and give your contributions to God. In your heart of hearts, I can dig it. I'm not disputing that. I'm talking about the masses of people and what people are accustomed to as being human beings, and how you're structuring your conglomerate around a government that needs to be orchestrated and organized in order for these said things that you speak of to be humanly possible. In these governments, as a people, we understand that we have the power, the so-called quote unquote power to elect officials, or to not elect officials, or to vote them in, or to vote them out. What is your standpoint on that? How do you asking the people to elect you into power?
Well, no. I'm not asking for nothing. I'm showing and proving.
You showing and proving that the people are going to put you in power.
correct. Yeah, because I am who I say I am. The people already confess they believe in Christ. They just don't know who He is. That's all. That's why it says forgive them for all that they don't know. So the people already voted for Christ. It's my job to let them know who the real one is. That's all I'm doing. So once I let people know who the real one is, that's why me telling the truth helps them understand who the real one is. I'm already got the votes.
So your 144, I'm assuming, is the number of individuals, because I believe you just said it a little earlier in this broadcast. Your 144 are the individuals that you seek in order to govern the world.
Correct.
Correct.
Yep.
So you're looking for 144,000 people.
No, it's not. It's not. The 144 is the multiplication of the governors. It's 12 by 12. It ain't actually the actual number. No.
So the 12 by 12 means 12 by 12 government seats, or what we would call government agencies.
No, it's not really a number. The number is just it's the meaning of 12 is the meaning of government. 1 and 2 is the first two numbers. They govern all numbers. So that's why you have 12. That's why we call police 12. And so 12 is a form of a government number.
So it's just it's a symbol.
Correct. Yeah. God gonna multiply his government bodies. God gonna multiply us so we can have the correct number we need, which is the many members.
So it's not a physical number. It's a rendition. It's a rendition of a symbol.
Correct.
So is this symbol in your mind frame a halfway completed, a quarter of completion, just getting started, almost finished?
Yeah, it's almost finished.
It's almost finished.
It's almost finished, man.
So we're not far.
Oh no, man. Like I said, when you see stuff like Putin coming out the way he did, you see stuff like the Pope doing what he did. They know the world is finna transition. You see what I'm saying? So when the world do transition, these things were said, so people are accepting more of the Pope said.
So will these individuals that accept that you the Christ, will they be will you be able to spot them walking down the street like, oh, that's somebody who rode with Christ right there? Will it be easy like that?
No, not really, because like I said, we building a real nation, bro. So people gonna know who the people who have accepted Christ and the people that's in position, just like you know the politicians today. You know, so yeah, you know, it ain't gonna, like I say, man, it's not a fairy tale, brother, man. It's real life. It's real life. So it ain't gonna be nothing like. It's gonna be sort of like what you see now, just gonna be righteous men and women in the positions to pass the correct laws and the correct stuff we need to get passed down. That's all. That's really all. That's really all that's changing.
So that's really all that's changing.
What I'm just saying, like, for us, the government part, but it's a lot of other stuff. You got all the religions that's gonna shut down. You know, all these false dates, all this false history, all that's gonna be. You know, it's a lot of other things that's gonna fall with it. But I'm talking about all of the government.
And all this go be done. And I guess what I'm asking. I guess what I'm generally asking is all this is gonna be done. All this is gonna be done. All this is gonna be done in peace, is what you're saying.
Well, yeah, because that's what we warn for right now. We warn for these things to be done. Why do you think all our soldiers got passed away, got unalived by the government?
That's what I'm saying. So it ain't it ain't being
But I
done.
wouldn't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even worry
Okay.
about it. I know you get frustrated about stuff and it's
I
easier
just have to
said
step
than
into
done.
something, and I don't want the echoes in your phone. So if we could chat again later, though, I love it, man. It's all in peace and love for me. I'm for real.
Yeah.
All right, brother, man.
All right.
All right, peace, bro.
Okay,
Peace.
well, look, I'm finna get in this car. I gotta make a couple moves, and so when y'all go back to court?
All right, y'all. Hey, Gucci man always come with some good questions, and like I say, but it should be a lot of doubt.
But it'd be good questions. He remind me of an interview.
But yeah, y'all, I gotta run, y'all. So I'm finna jump off here. So peace.